everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this review / my thoughts on the newest Psychic Awakening, the one that I've been looking forward to the most, which has the Inquisition and Ephrael Stern in it. Of all people, Ephrael Stern is in it. So you're going to see that I have a million tabs open. Ignore that. I'm watching the Overwatch League. If you know what that is, you know that I'm obsessed with it. So yeah. I don't know where I want to start. Let's start on this Sunday preview, the Psychic Awakening finale. Now, see, I don't like this artwork of Ephrael Stern. I've talked to the artist that did the really cool like anime-esque version of Ephrael Stern. Not these, but this one right here. Actually, the one that's on this book right now. I've actually had a very nice conversation with him, and he's a super nice dude. Like, he's a really cool dude. So we are going to take a dive into this and see what they have in this box, even though we kind of know what's coming out for this. What's in this box? It's not in a box, it's a book, and then this model's released alongside it. I actually want pretty much everything. Not going to lie. This weekend, we reached the epic conclusion of the Psychic Awakening saga. I'm actually really disappointed about this because I expected the Psychic Awakenings to have multiple books to wrap up the stories, considering the story wasn't wrapped up in any of the books except for Engine War. Engine War has the only canonical ending. But the Devastation of Baal, they do wipe out the Tyranids, but they don't talk about the rebuilding of their homeworlds and everything like that. In the first Psychic Awakening, which has the Eldar in it, they don't actually beat Celeste. And that kind of bugs me, since the whole book was about the build-up to fighting Celeste, and then it's just Celeste's after-image that they fight, not actually them. I think it's Celeste. It might be a different demon. It's the new named Keeper of Secrets. If I get the name wrong, I do apologize. Let's see, which other ones came out? I'm just looking over at my shirt. We have Devastation of Baal, Engine War. I didn't get through War of the Spider yet, so I do apologize. That one might also have a canonical ending. So, yeah. And I'm going to continue doing my review of War of the Spider, so keep that up. Yeah, it's going to be there. We also have some fantastic new models on the way to tie in with the finale, and even Black Library is getting in on the act. Let's take a look at this weekend's highlights. All right, take a look. Also, by the way, I do apologize about my hair being pulled back. It is all still here, don't you worry. I was just working out today, which was a lot of fun. I did 2 miles in 18 minutes, which is really poor for me, but I haven't ran in like 2 years. Let's go ahead and make sure this is low. This week.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Warhammer. My name is...
This artwork is done by Sarah.
Matt.
Or Kaiser. Whoop, I paused it and it's dead forever. Okay, I guess we won't see this. It is now dead forever. Let me try refreshing the page. Good job, DW. Kaiser. Note to self, don't try to pause it.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Warhammer. My name is Max and I'm going to guide you through the next 7 days of your favourite hobby. This week sees the launch of the final instalment of the Psychic Awakening.
I'm still really
Pariah.
annoyed that it's the final.
The Necrons is rising and a desperate alliance seeks to stop them. Pariah includes rules for Imperial armies to be joined by the shadowy agents of the Inquisition. And for all gamers, there are a suite of new rules to represent exotic theatres of war across the Imperium in the time of the Psychic Awakening, from Death Worlds to Devoured Worlds, and some which are far weirder. The book is accompanied by some stunning new miniatures, including an Inquisitor, a Saint,
Don't like her head.
Harlequin,
Love her.
and an
Love
Architect
him.
of Evil from a previous age.
Love that.
This week on Warhammer Community, we've got some amazing stuff coming up for you. As well as diving into the details of the Pariah book itself, we'll also be taking a look at how the events of this final book in the Psychic Awakening lead us into the lore of the new edition, as the Indomitus fleets meet the growing darkness of the Pariah Nexus. We'll be continuing with our 40k faction series, getting the expert opinion on what the new edition means for the different armies of Warhammer 40,000.
I do like that they're showing
the Sounds
conversions.
of Battle approach as we look forward to the forthcoming Angels of Death animated series, and we'll be having a listen to some of the music set to accompany the series. You'll even be able to pick up the music for yourself, the perfect soundtrack to your painting or games. Warhammer Live continues this week, bringing you amazing shows Monday through Friday. Remember, we have to talk about it on Twitter and Instagram. It's on with that.
Alright, so that's pretty much it. Okay. So, like I was saying, I do like that they are showing converted models and everything, and they're not afraid to tell you that they are conversions and not new models. So this way you can take your Primaris Marines and convert them however you wish. And I know a lot of people, they don't like the mono posed of some of the new models, but for us veteran players, we had these static models of 5th and 4th edition where we had to cut knee joints, cut waists, cut the legs at the top of the top right before the groin, and actually repose our models. We had to do this with metal models. So to us, this is just like, aw, the Zoomers are complaining. But anyway, I don't consider myself a boomer of the hobby. I am a millennial of the hobby. Okay, so let me explain this really quickly. Boomers are from Rogue Trader to 3rd edition. Millennials are from 4th edition to 8th edition, and then are from 4th edition to 7th edition, and then Zoomers are going to be from 8th edition onwards. So there you go. There's the canonical ages of 40k. Are you a 40k millennial, a boomer, or are you a Zoomer? Anyway, let's take a look at this. Since the Great Rift opened, the galaxy has been engulfed in unnatural phenomena and ferocious warfare, and psychic mutation is rife across the Imperium. Humanity's response has been the Indominus Crusade, which now the psychic blah 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 blah, just going into it. So Pariah, I really like how they wrote the letters on here because it has that alien feel to it, but I can't help but feel that somebody just took the Magos model and then just put like 3 legs on it and was like, hey, look at this guy. And everybody's like, oh, that's a new Necron. But anyway, that's jokes aside. I do really like what they've done with, wow, like how the image got smaller. With Zaris, Illuminator Illuminar Zaris. God, I can pronounce that name. This poor dude right here, he's just not having a great day. His soul is being sucked up as they study psychic energies. I really like that they are studying psychers because it's the one thing their army lacks. So I think that's pretty cool. I was really hoping Tau would get some access to psychic powers. Even if it was just Smite, I would have been more okay with it. You know, Psychic Awakening only really affected humans. Like, even in the Eldar story, they're like, yeah, our psychic powers got better. That's it. But here's the person that I truly care about. We saw her released in the first... We saw her first at the beginning of Psychic Awakening, like, last year. She has her Shuriken pistol, which is modeled after the older Shuriken pistol from Rogue Trader era, where it was just a disc launcher, which I think is really funny because of the disc launcher toys. So she is definitely a 40k boomer. She's got a little dragon, and she's got her power gauntlet, or power fist. She's in heavy power armor, which I think is really cool, with a big-ass dragon on the side of it. I mean, who wouldn't want that as a shoulder pad? It wouldn't do too much to block oncoming attacks, but it's cool. So yeah, her model looks absolutely fantastic. Looks like she has thighs for days, though I do want to see the model in real life, see how it's looking and everything. And I'm kind of hoping the 3 models come in one kit, so I don't have to buy $90 worth of miniatures, because they're going to be about $30 a piece. Then we have Ephrael Stern, and it's cool that Ephrael Stern here is based off of more or less this artwork, which again, I talked to the guy who made this artwork. He's a fantastic individual. So it's kind of cool to see her in an iconic pose, just jumping down, though she doesn't have her jump pack. And which is weird because in Monofuse she actually has a jump pack all the way up until she's actually she loses it pretty early on, but she uses it for a little bit. She actually does fly for a little bit, and she also fights in a Pizza Kimura. And then there's her kind of half-elf, Eldari Harlequin guy. Person. I think it's supposed to be a chick. I always forget. I haven't read Demonifuge in a long time, so please forgive me. As even more unusual duo are Ephrael Stern and Kai. That we're just going with this. Kai. Okay? Stern was once a seraphim of the Order of Our Martyred Lady. Yeah, there it is. Apparently slain by the followers of Slaaneash's greater demons. However, her service to the God Emperor did not end in her death. And since her resurrection, she has been called both a saint and a heretic, bound to Stern by the strands fate. Okay, so she's fused to him. That's kind of cool. Who was once a harlequin. Now this pair of outcasts cut a way through the galaxy, fighting the forces of chaos wherever they find them. So interesting enough, this isn't going to be the first book that they're mentioned in. They were first mentioned in the first Psychic Awakening book, the Eldar one. And they were accompanied by Yvraine for quite some time. In fact, she and him, or her, both fought off the demon Celeste. Well, they were part of the superhero friends that fought him off. By the way, the first Psychic Awakening is literally just Power Rangers. I'm not even going to try to joke around it. Able to join any Imperial army, these two are experts at close combat. Can they join an Eldari army? That's my question. I would definitely run these two in my Imperial army. I'm probably going to run Ephrael Stern in my freaking Sister of Battle army. Not going to lie. With an incredible degree of motion and ranges of textures, these models offer a superb painting project too. I will agree to that. They do look really, really fun to paint. So, funny story about Ephrael Stern. Her and her sisters, she was in a cage and all of her sisters were being tortured and trying to be broken by the demon of Slaanesh. When their bodies finally broke apart, but their souls didn't, they went into Ephrael Stern, making her into a superhuman psyker, and she fought off the demon. So yeah, that's the Demonifuge, pretty much. I want this. I want this so badly. I really hope that that's an actual, candle press. I would be so happy, or a wax press. Also, 5 different colored dice. That is interesting. I like this. I like this a lot. So we have Art of Ephrael Stern. I want this set so much. If somebody were to get this for me, I would be in so much debt to you. I would love this so much. I would give you the biggest hug in the entire world. I really want this set. This is incredible. I would actually frame these pictures too and put them up on my wall. So finally, we move into the remake of Demonifuge, the 20th anniversary of it. And I gotta say, I'm excited to get this. I'm going to probably get mine signed by the artist. And I actually forget who wrote this. I actually do forget who wrote it. Oh yeah, and I did read this. Listen to it, the audio drama Broken Saint. It's okay. It's not great. It's kind of there. It's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool though. But yeah, it's okay. Then we have the highlights here. So yeah, what I'm really excited about is this and Ephrael Stern's model. Just yes. So finally, we're going to move on to Pariah, what's in the box. This is what shows us the 3, which I'm really hoping they're just in one box. I really want them in one box. The Psychic Awakening saga has taken us across the science galaxy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm really hoping just to see all 3 of these. Also, this guy is kind of interesting. The old destroyer with the tubes that you can tell are not fully aligned. I love that. The old destroyers were so silly looking. I'm glad they're replacing them. Pariah is absolutely packed. Actually, it isn't. It's a lot of rewrites, but let's take a look into it. So we're going to zoom into this. Be a zoomer. Okay, so Beyond the Veil, the Battle of the Gates. I wonder if that's actually the Battle of the Gate that I'm thinking about, which is where they had to break into the webway, where demons are trying to break into the webway. That'd be kind of interesting. Into the Tombs is definitely the Necron fight. Echoes of Awakening is definitely the Necrons. Missions, nobody plays these. Although every now and then they are a lot of fun to break out because they're completely random. And they are not balanced in any way, shape, or form. So if you want a fun game, grab the Psychic Awakening books. Just do one of the battles in them. They are so much fun. Inquisitorial Index. This I'm really, really, really excited about. I'm hoping they actually did a few things with the Inquisition and actually made the Inquisition a faction that can be played by itself. But I highly doubt it. So, let's see. Limitless Authority. This is their rule for getting into any vehicle, joining any army, not causing the army to lose their static abilities, but also not taking up a slot. Which I originally got wrong because I thought that they did take up the slot. I'm sorry, my throat is all dry. I originally thought they did take up the slots, and like I thought you could use an Inquisitor as an HQ and a Sister of Battle Army, but it turns out they can't because they take up no slot whatsoever, which I think is stupid. Okay, so we have Draxus, who's the new girl, which is kind of cool. Greyfax, who is best girl in the galaxy. We have Kotias, who is probably, arguably, the best Inquisitor for the tabletop. We have Karamazov, who is really fun to run alongside sisters. Originally, when they wrote him up for 8th edition, he could get inside vehicles, and I thought that was really funny. Eisenhorn, he's okay. Ordo Malleus, Inquisitor in Terminator armor. I don't know why they're not just saying Inquisitor in Terminator armor and allowing you to just pick the order. But that's just me. I'm totally not triggered by that in any way, shape, or form. I am completely normal, considering that any Inquisitor can take Terminator armor. It's not... No, I'm good. I'm good. The Inquisitor, I'm hoping they give her, or him, or them, way more war gear options, way more options in general. I want the ability to take multiple swords. I want the ability to actually have, like, a blessed blade. Something to up the Inquisitor's strength to 6 without being a hammer. Just something. You can get monkeys, the Jericho weaponsmiths, who are one of the oldest races in the entire galaxy. I think they are the third to fourth oldest race in the entire galaxy. Because I think it goes Necrons, not counting the Satan, because technically they are the oldest, because there's the Satan and the Slan, which then created then the Necrons appeared. They weren't created by the Slan. We don't know where they came from. Then the Slan created the Eldar. Then the Slan created the Orks to protect the Eldar from the Necrons. And then when they were dying, they created the Jerichos. So they are the 6th oldest army in the entire game. We have Acolytes. I'm really hoping they can be taken in units of 10 now. I don't understand why. I like the ability where they can be like, if there's only one of them, they count as a character, but they only have 1 to 2 wounds. I want them to go back up to 3 wounds if they are a solo character. If not, I want them to be in a squad of 10 and have the ability to just have war gear, whatever the hell that they feel like having. That way you can have like your Inquisitorial stormtroopers just by taking IG and calling them your acolytes and giving them a whole bunch of weapons. Or you could have like your Sisters of Battle there. Just keep the stats of the acolytes. Also, acolytes should have a 3+ save. I don't know why they don't. They should have access to power armor. They should have access to heavy power armor as well. And yeah, I can go into detail about everything that I want from the Inquisition that we'll never get. Demon hosts, they're fun. Armory of the Ordos, it's 2 pages, so let's hope that it's actually worth it. War gear list is only 1 page. Points value is only 1 page. Warlord traits is only 1 page, which is fine. We expected that from everything here. We do have a discipline of them, which is only 1 page, and it's probably just a rewrite of everything that we've had. Relics of the Inquisition is new. Newer. So they probably have some of the old ones in there, as well as some new ones, I hope. Stratagems, let's hope that they're actually good instead of the 3 we have already. Inquisitorial name generator, I wish they would get rid of these out of these books. They're kind of pointless. Heroes and villains. Ephrael Stern and Dude Guy make bloody tears. 1 page for them. And then we have... Oh, actually, he's got multiple pages. The data sheet, the bloody tears, Luminary Zaris has 1 page, and then his data sheet. Okay. And then we have the Theaters of War. This is an update to everything that we've already seen in all of the Psychic Awakening books, as well as some of the White Dwarfs that have come out recently. Like, I think Devoured World is actually in the Tyranid one. The Webway is actually in the Eldar one. The Demon World is in one of them. So I'm interested to see the Necron Tomb World. So I like these Theater of War things. I think they add a lot to the game, and I think that they can be a lot of fun. So let's go with the background. Running across the rift of the galaxy. It's every single faction done. Yep. Except for, they say every single faction has been doing something, except for, the alien hunters, the Deathwatch. I think GW just kind of forgot about them. They're in a White Dwarf, but they literally got nothing. So it's kind of cool to see all the different war zones and everything. Oh my god, there's the Deathwatch. Look, they've remembered them. And it's old Crusaders. Jericho Weaponsmith. There's... What is that? That's an old priest with an eviscerator. That's kind of cool. Then we got a Terminator up there with a storm shield. That's pretty neat. We have the 2 older monoliths, which is kind of cool. We have the Ultramarines down here because they need their participation medal. A bunch of Sisters of Battle. We have an old Sister Rhino right there. That's interesting that they didn't put the new Sister Rhino in there. Although they do have the marks of the Inquisition on it, so maybe the Inquisition can just take any transport now without it being part of the army that they have to join for them to take and get inside it. Let's hope. Then we have Ephrael Stern, who is apparently a very large model. I didn't think that she was this big. So that's kind of cool. We don't see any angels or anything fighting alongside her. We see an exorcist up front for no apparent reason. It should be all the way back here. But I digress. Yo, Magnus is digging those tentacles. You do you, boo. I'm not into that. I find it a little bit creepy. But you do you. So yeah. Sanity Blasted Landscape. This was in the Demon one from the first book. No, the Engine War? I think this was in Engine War. In this battle, subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of every model, excluding Chaos and Grey Knight models. Add 1 to the leadership characteristic of all demon models. This does include Chaos and Chaos Space Marine demons. In addition, in this battle, Insane Bravery stratagem costs 3 CP. That's really cool. I actually like that. Skull Altar. Add 1 to the attack characteristics of models whilst they are within 3 inches of any objective marker. I actually really like that. That's kind of cool. That is very cornate. Field of War. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of all models. I really like that. I like my Sisters of Battle having strength 8. Oh my god. That's... Okay, how strong would a Repentia be then? Because you can up their strength to 4, now to 5. They're hitting with a strength 10 Eviscerator. Yes, I love it. I love it. So that is pretty much all of this. If you guys actually want to see some battles once the worldwide pandemic starts to clear up, once America can stop being stupid about it, once it starts clearing up and once I can get some games in, if you guys do want to see some Theaters of War battle reports, I'm actually really looking forward to doing some of those. I want to do some campaigns and everything like that coming up. I have a lot planned now that I'm down in Arizona, and a large portion of my fan base is in Arizona, I found out. So that's kind of cool. So with that all said, I want to know what you guys want out of Psychic Awakening and what you guys want out of the future of the channel for battle reports. Do you want campaigns? Do you want tournament games? Do you want just open play games? Do you want like fun games, or do you just want the box standard? I want to know. tell me in the comments section down below. Also, while you're down there, please check out all the links in the description down below. There you can follow me on all sorts of social media, including Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also follow my Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to helping out the channel. It actually helped me a good chunk with the move, as well as the GoFundMe. That was super nice, and thank you everybody for donating during that. But I currently don't have a job, so I'm kind of making a living off of YouTube right now. If you want to support me on Patreon, it goes a long way to helping me out. As always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.